I have announced effective immediately, we will draw down 700 people effective today.
See, it's a positive step, but we need 2 more steps.
And they're still here, and they're still using basically the same tactics as they have used.
But 2,000 more are still on the streets. Thanks for joining us. He didn't give an end date, but the White House Board of Czar described it as the beginning of a drawdown.
But he says there's one thing standing in the way of even more agents leaving town. Our Adam Duxter explains from Fort Snelling.
After 9 weeks, the first signs Operation Metro Surge could be slowing down. Border Czar Tom Homan saying Wednesday a mix of 700 Border Patrol and ICE agents are leaving Minnesota, crediting what he says is unprecedented cooperation between local jails and federal crews.
This is efficient, requires only 1 or 2 officers to assume custody of a criminal alien target rather than 8 or 10 officers going into the community and arresting that public safety threat.
Homan says one other major change starting today will be integrating teams from Border Patrol with teams from ICE and ERO, creating one chain of command. He says this will create a unified front that will allow the remaining 2,000 federal agents here to focus on cases involving public safety and national security.
We want to get back to the original footprint, the Minnesota footprint of what ICE officers looked like before this operation.
Yet 2,000 federal agents remain, more than 10 times the pre-surge ICE forces. Homan Wednesday calling out protesters, claiming they're interfering and preventing federal agents from leaving sooner.
As far as what I saw yesterday with the roadblocks being set up, you're not going to stop ICE. You're not going to stop Border Patrol. The only thing you're doing is irritating your community. Tone down the rhetoric. Stop violating the law and impeding and interfering with us, and the drawdown be quicker.
Adam Duxter, WCCO News.
Mayor Fry says the drawdown isn't enough, calling Operation Metro Surge catastrophic for our businesses and residents, and again saying it needs to end immediately. Governor Walz agreed, also pushing for state-led investigations into the killings of Alex Preddy and Renee Good, and an end to this campaign of retribution. The Minnesotans we talked to today agreed with the governor.
I'm happy to see that's happening, but it's not enough.
They're still here, and they're still using basically the same tactics as they have used, so nothing's really changed. They're going to wear body cams, but they'll probably never let us see the body cam footage, so I don't know what that does for us.
Homan cited new cooperation as the reason for the drawdown. One sheriff's surprising response to that coming up all new at 5.
2 school districts and the state's largest teachers union are suing ICE, hoping to keep agents off campus. Schools used to be considered off limits before a policy change last year. The lawsuit cites examples like an Apple Valley preschool teacher getting arrested outside her school after being tricked to come outside by a false claim that someone hit her car. In Hopkins, a parent said that agents waited near a bus stop and detained a young child. St. Paul Public Schools reports 2 vans under contracts to carry students were pulled over by federal immigration agents. It also cites this chaotic scene during dismissal at Roosevelt High School, Minneapolis last month. The suit says a student lobbed a snowball at an agent and the agent hit students and staff with crowd control chemicals. DHS said a suspect they were chasing ran onto school grounds. And within the past hour, one superintendent accused ICE of retaliating against her for speaking up.
Our principal, who is always out at arrival, got yelled at, screamed at, mocked, videoed, and photoed by 4 ICE agents in the same SUV. A board member of ours was followed from her residence with her 3-year-old child in the back of the car. Both are natural-born U.S. citizens, all the way to her child's daycare. Do you know why this is happening? Because I am telling the truth on behalf of our district. That is why this is happening. This is clear and present terror.
In response to the lawsuit, Homeland Security said in part, ICE is not going to schools to arrest children. We are protecting children. Criminals are no longer able to hide in America's schools to avoid arrest, and said the Trump administration will not tie the hands of our brave law enforcement and instead trust them to use common sense.
6 Columbia Heights students have been taken by federal immigration agents since January, according to district leaders. We know 5-year-old Liam Ramos is back in Minnesota, and now we know 4th grader Elizabeth Zuna is coming home too. In a community update today, her school district officials shared that Elizabeth will return home with her mother after they were picked up by ICE on their way to school last month. They've been housed at the Dilley Immigration Center in Texas, but school officials pointed out they hope more of their students will return home to Minnesota.
But we still have other kiddos there. We still have 4 kiddos there at least. And we are not going to stop until we get all of our families home and our community is made whole again. The idea of it, getting lessened because of the changeover in leadership, we did not see that happen. It has seemingly gotten worse.
Mary Granlund with Columbia Heights, who you just heard from, says that they have 29 police officers in their city, but that on any given day, they could have 60 to 100 ICE agents in their community, basically saying they're outnumbered. We also heard from State Senator Doran Clark about conditions across the state under Homan's leadership as Operation Metro Surge continues.
Yesterday, at a truck stop in Northfield, ICE agents were breaking out the windows of truck cabs and pulling the long-haul truckers out of their trucks. This weekend in St. Paul's East Side, ICE agents ran their 2 cars into a local resident's car as he was driving. ICE then took him away, even though the man insisted that he had papers.
Many leaders on the call encourage the community to remain vigilant. Minneapolis Public Schools says that plans for virtual learning options will be reassessed soon, and the City Council in Minneapolis will consider many adjustments in the face of ongoing enforcement at its meeting tomorrow. Local officials are helping Minnesotans who are released in Texas get back home. A closer look at those efforts coming up all new at 5.
An attorney who made some controversial comments while defending ICE operations in court has been reassigned. During a hearing on several immigration cases yesterday, Julie Lee told a judge, quote, "The system sucks, this job sucks." And the court transcript shows that attorney asked the judge to hold her in contempt of court so that she could have, quote, "a full 24 hours of sleep." Court records show that Lee was assigned to at least 88 cases in less than a month. That is partly because of how many prosecutors have left the U.S. Attorney's Office in Minnesota since the Metro Surge began. Do all those departures hurt the fight against fraud? That plus just what happened at today's fraud hearing here at the Capitol coming up at 4:30.